Hello student, Hemant Sir is here. So now we are going to start your acid base and salt वाला part जो हमने chapter start किया था 5th chapter. It is the acid base and salt. So in previous video we have seen the neutralization reaction. Okay, when acid and base reacts with each other, they form salt and water. So today we are going to understand the reaction of acid with metals. Reaction of acid with metals. Okay, so reaction of acid with metals. Okay, so let we have acid plus metal, they form metallic salt, and hydrogen gas is released. Okay, when acid reacts with metal, see, acid is very corrosive. When metal reacts with acid, they form metallic salt and hydrogen gas is released. Okay, so we have to take the example now. Let we have acid HCl. It is hydrochloric acid. And when it reacts with metal like sodium, so sodium is very reactive metal. So when sodium will react with HCl, will form NaCl. Sodium will react with chlorine to form sodium chloride, and we have written here the hydrogen gas is released. So now we have to balance the equation. See, we had two hydrogen and here one hydrogen is present, so this part we had to multiply by 2. So 2 hydrogen and here 2 hydrogen, so hydrogen is get balanced, but chlorine have become 2 here. So we have to multiply here also by 2. So now chlorine are balanced, but sodium we have again 2, but here it is 1 only. So we have to multiply by 2 to the sodium. So now we had 2 hydrogen, 2 chlorine, 2 sodium. Here we had 2 sodium, 2 chlorine and 2 hydrogen. That means our reaction is balanced. So we can conclude that when metals reacts with acid, they form metallic salt. So it is what? It is the sodium chloride, and they releases hydrogen. When the sufficient amount of hydrogen is released during the reaction, this hydrogen gas catches fire. That's why this reaction is very dangerous. Okay, so it happens only with the reactive metals only. Okay, now we will see the next example. So we have to write the name of each of the compound below them. So it is hydrochloric acid, so we have to write hydrochloric acid. It is sodium metal, so sodium. It is sodium chloride, and it is hydrogen gas. Okay, so this is the way metal reacts with acid, they form metallic salt. Now we will see next example. Again we are taking HCl as a acid, and we are reacting HCl with magnesium metal. You see, it is the moderate reactive metal. So when magnesium metal reacts with hydrochloric acid, will form magnesium chloride. It is MgCl2. See, the valency of magnesium is 2. We have to decide the product, how product are being formed. So we know the magnesiums have 2 valency and chlorine have 1 valency. Okay, so now to decide the product, you have to cross multiply with element and their valencies. Okay, so we will need 2 chlorine and 1 Mg. So we can write Mg and Cl2. So this is the product. So here chlorine will react with magnesium to form magnesium chloride, plus here we have hydrogen. See, two chlorine are used and here mention only one, so we have to multiply this product, this compound by 2 coefficients. So we have now 2 chlorine which are used here for the formation of magnesium chloride. So we have 2 hydrogen atom. So 2 hydrogen atom will form hydrogen gas. Okay, so hydrogen gas which released in surrounding. So we can conclude that when magnesium metal reacts with hydrochloric acid, they gives magnesium chloride as a salt and hydrogen gas is released. So we had to write their name also. So it is hydrochloric acid, hydrochloric acid, it is magnesium metal, magnesium, it is magnesium chloride, and hydrogen gas. So you have seen when generally metals react with acid, they form metallic salt along with hydrogen gas. Okay, so here we have completed the reaction of metals with acid. So in your textbook their examples are given. There is one more reaction we have that you have to solve. Okay, so if you want to write, you can take a screenshot or you can write from here only. So this is the reaction which is given in your textbook. It has 2 blank spaces, so you have to fill this blank spaces. Okay, so here zinc metal, this is the part of reaction of metal with acid, so here acid will come. So zinc plus acid they form zinc sulfate. So ऐसा कौन सा एसिड है जो SO4 आयन को रिलीज करता है? That is sulfuric acid. So here we have to write sulfuric acid and its formula is H2SO4. It is sulfuric acid. So sulfuric acid when reacts with zinc, they form zinc sulfate. It is the metallic salt. So see, SO4 is used here, zinc is used here. So what is remain here? Only hydrogen. So we have to write in next blank as hydrogen gas. Okay, hydrogen gas. So this is the reaction. So these 2 parts are the blank spaces you have to fill in your textbook. So when we can say zinc reacts with sulfuric acid, it is a sulfuric acid, they form zinc sulfate, it is the metallic salt, and hydrogen gas is released. Okay, so you have to show the arrow. Arrow represents the release of hydrogen gas. Okay, so we have to write the names now. So it is a zinc metal, zinc, it is sulfuric acid, sulfuric acid, it is zinc sulfate, and hydrogen gas, hydrogen gas. We have one more reaction which is given in the blank form. Okay, so we have to solve this one. So here we have one more reaction that we have to solve. Here we have both the reactants are in blank form. We have to write both the reactants, but we have the product. See, here we have copper and we are understanding about the reaction with metals. So, and this is the metal copper, so we have to write copper here. It is the copper metal, and here we have nitrate group. So nitrate group is given by the nitric acid. It is given by nitric acid. So what is the formula of nitric acid? It is HNO3. HNO3. See, here we have NO3 and here we have also NO3, but here NO3 are in 2 molecules of NO3 is present, but here we have only one. That means we have to multiply by 2 coefficient. Okay, so we can say copper reacts with 2 moles of nitric acid, they form 1 mole of copper nitrate. It is the salt and hydrogen gas is released. Okay, so it is the nitric acid. And this is the copper nitrate. And hydrogen gas. So here the reaction of acid with metal part is completed. So you have to write this reaction and you have to practice once, twice, so that you can remember this, because it is very important reaction. Okay, so here we have completed our reaction of acid with metals. Okay, so we will move further to solve the next reaction part. So you can write or you can take a screenshot. So reaction of acid with metal oxide. This is very important reaction that you have in your textbook. So let's understand the reaction. We have here metallic oxide, that is CaO, that is calcium oxide. We have calcium and oxygen, that's why it is calcium oxide. So it is going to react with HCl. So we have calcium oxide. When it reacts with acid, that is HCl, or any dilute acid you can take. So HCl, it is hydrochloric acid. When it reacts, they form metal and chloride, that is metallic salt, that is CaCl2. Okay, and here we calcium 1 have valency 2, so it will react with 2 chlorine atom. Therefore we will require here 2 chlorine, so we will multiply by 2 coefficient. So 2 hydrogen and oxygen will form water, that is H2O. So we have seen that calcium oxide, when reacts with 2 moles of HCl, it gives calcium chloride along with water. Water is H2O. This is the reaction that proceeds is like as the neutralization reaction. Here calcium oxide act as a base, and here HCl it acid, which forms salt and water. So we have to write the name. It is calcium oxide. This is hydrochloric acid. It is calcium chloride, which is our metallic salt. So we have to write calcium chloride, and it is water. Is it? So this is the reaction is proceed as the neutralization reaction. Here acid and base react to form salt and water. Now we will see the next reaction. So we can write in general as metallic oxide, it is acid. So metallic oxide reacts with acid to form, it is a salt. So salt and water. So this is the general reaction. Okay, this is the general reaction that you have to proceed with them only. So we have to take one more example of metallic oxide. So we have one more metallic oxide, that is MgO. It is magnesium oxide. When it reacts with HCl is hydrochloric acid, it forms MgCl2, magnesium chloride, along with water. So magnesium oxide, when reacts with dilute HCl, it is have valency 2. That's why we have to decide how the product are formed. So magnesium reacts with chlorine to form magnesium chloride and water. So this is the way the acids react with metallic oxide. So this is very important reaction that you have to learn and you have to understood properly. Okay, so this is the today's part. So आज के लिए इतना ही, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में.